Gemini, how are y'all doing? It is time for your April 2025 Maine monthly reading. So I do have a special announcement to make, y'all. Let me babble for just a minute. I'll make it as quick as possible. So you know that if you need a personal reading, all the information is in the description of the video. But I've added something new to my list of services. You all know that we do the weekly live readings for 25 bucks. You can pre-order on my website. I also am doing 24-hour full personal readings, one-on-one Zoom calls, and I've added something new. Starting now, I am now offering in-person readings. Not a Zoom call, not a pre-recorded video, but now you're able to book a date where if you're a local here in Las Vegas, or if you're visiting or passing through, you can meet me at a location in my new office and I can hang out with you and read one-on-one with you. So all the information for that is on my website. The link is right down there in the description. All right, y'all, let's jump into this. April 2025 for Gemini. April 2025. What did I start these out with, man? I don't even remember. I probably should have went back and looked at the Taurus video. All right, well, I'm going to try to remember it the way I did Aries and Taurus. If not, I guess you'll get a unique reading. Let's start this off with your love interest. Let's see what's happening between Gemini and their love interest in April. What's happening? Anything good? A love offer being made? What's happening? Woo, man, look at that, though. Got that lover's card there. Could be a fellow Gemini, but I feel like that's your energy. Boy, this is one hell of an intense old-ass connection, ain't it? This person absolutely owns your thoughts, don't they? Let's see. Five of Wands reversed. King of Pentacles. Are you having a hard time figuring out whether or not this person is into you? Could be an earth sign for some of you, but their energy feels kind of cold and a little bit closed off. Got that Ten of Wands reversed. Strength card. It doesn't really look like a lot of movement's happening here, honestly. It really doesn't. We got the Emperor. We have all the energy here. Emperor, Strength card, King of Pentacles. There's no action in any of these energies. There's no action. There's no movement happening here at all. And you might be starting to get a little bit impatient. I think there's a part of you. I think this is a classic case of your twins not being on the same page at the same time. I think one twin just wishes you could flip it off and say, fuck it, I'm done with this and move on. The other twin just cannot let go of this. For some of you, there could be a third party in the mix. But it's almost kind of coming across like this person just really doesn't give a shit. Now, remember, the first spread is not the gospel of truth. This is just a general energetic overview. I'll look at their feelings here in a minute. But from your perspective, it's really just kind of seeming like that this person really just does not care. Like at all. There's either very, very poor communication or little to no communication at all. With the Knight of Swords reversed, Page of Pentacles upright. You feel a really intense feeling of soul recognition with this person, don't you? You feel like you've known them your whole life. It just, I don't know, this feels like one of those things where this person just owns your thoughts and you don't know why. You don't know why it feels so intense. Some of you probably wish it didn't feel so intense. But you're just not really able to completely, fully release this. Let's see the signs I have on the table here. I have Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Libra. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Well, now let's see how this person be feeling about you. How's Gemini's love interest feeling about him, universe? King of Wands. Hang on. Now they're holding back, man. Okay, now let me preface this really quick, okay? When I read your love interest, there's two different groups of you. Group A and Group B. Group A is the group who you haven't said or done anything to indicate your feelings. You know, you're just kind of hanging back. There's somebody you're into, and you're just hoping that they notice you when they're into you too, okay? Group B is the group where it's been made known. The two of you are talking, flirting, maybe even dating. You may go out with them a little bit every now and then. Maybe it's like a friends with benefits type thing. And the intention I'm putting into this is that it's Group B. There's at least something in the air where it was made known that there's an interest. I know that you have somewhat of an interest. You know that I have somewhat of an interest. You know, it's not a foreign concept that there's something here, you know. So that's mainly the group that I'm reading for, okay? Just to let you know. So, got that Lover's card again. Yeah, they feel the connection too. Yeah, they do. But they're holding back. They're holding back. And I cannot fucking figure out why. Empress, Lover's card. They know. I'm going to have to dig deeper on this, dude. They know that the two of you could build something long term. They know that they could settle down with you. But they're not wanting to show their feelings. Hangman. Why are they not wanting to show their feelings? Why are they holding back? Why is this person holding back? It's not telling me. Magician reversed. Three of Wands. Ah, okay. Ah, there it is. Okay, Seven of Cups. Well, this is hard to put a finger on. No, it's not hard to put a finger on. It's hard to explain. There's either another person that they're also interested in, or maybe they're just afraid that if they settle down with one person, that they're going to be missing out on something else. You know? Seven of Cups. If I settle down with you, I might miss out on a good opportunity somewhere. So it almost kind of feels like a case of FOMO, you know? Okay. Yeah, I don't really think they know exactly what they want to do. They don't know if they want to settle down. Hang on, let me show you. So, okay, so Two of Wands is the crossroads card, okay? So each wand represents a path that they could take. And we have the Empress on one side, Seven of Cups on the other. So do I settle down and try to build a foundation with somebody, or do I remain single, play around, and keep my options open? They don't know. They don't know. They may be afraid of falling in love, honestly. Kind of feels like they're a little bit scared of falling in love. Okay, well, let's just get the advice on this then. What's the advice for Gemini and their love interest in April? What's the advice? Advice for Gemini and their love interest in April. Seven of Wands reversed, dude. Well, this person has to quit guarding their heart. And this is the tricky part. Because at the end of the day, You can't make them let their guard down. And I know you know that, but what can you do to incentivize them to let their guard down and let you in? You know? Pow! King of Wands. See, Two of Swords, Seven of Cups. Okay, well, here's really about all you can do in a situation like this. It's really about all you can do. Okay, first of all, you have to go inside and check with yourself. Take some honest moral inventory. Okay, this is a conversation between you and you alone. It don't matter what you tell me. It don't matter what you tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, your peers. This is between you and you. Am I offering something of value? Ask yourself that. You know how so many people bitch and complain about the dating world? They bitch and complain about the things that they don't want, and they rant and rave about the things that they do want. Is what I have to offer what most people claim to want? Is it? If you just go grab a random stranger out of a crowd, pull them aside, and ask them, what is it that you're sick and tired of in the dating world, and what do you want in a partner? Is what I have to offer going to match the description of what most people claim to want? Am I bringing something of value to the table? If the answer is yes, at the end of the day, if they don't see it, would you all even make a good team anyways? You know what? I'm going to use my good old diamond ring analogy. I haven't used this one in a long time. I forgot about this one. Okay, imagine this. Imagine you walk up to a homeless man standing on the side of the road, holding a sign, and you offer him a diamond ring. Here, take this. Take this. You can have it. You can have it. It's yours. You could take this down there to the pawn shop, get an easy $1,000, $1,200 for it. Here, this is yours. You can have it. Well, what would you do if he turned you down? What would you do? What would you say? I don't want that. That's probably cheap, fake metal and fake cubic zirconian diamonds. I don't want that. I'm going to stand here, fly my sign, and with my fingers crossed and hope that somebody throws me a $5 bill. What would you say? You'd probably call him a dumbass, wouldn't you? You an idiot. This is white gold and diamonds. Are you stupid? All right, dumbass, you're the one missing out, not me. Would you waste your time begging and pleading for this person to see the value of that ring? Does this person's inability to see the value of that ring actually affect the value of the ring? No, it doesn't. So you got to have that same attitude about yourself. I know what I have to offer. I know what I bring to the table. If you're too fucking stupid to see it, that doesn't say anything about me. If you're too dumb to see fucking diamonds right in front of your face, maybe we wouldn't make a good team anyways. Maybe we wouldn't. Maybe the universe is doing me a favor. Think about it like that, dude. I'm telling you. Telling you. All right, let's switch gears now. Oh, yeah. Let's see what's going on with the current long-term relationship. Current long-term partner. So if you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. All right, let's see what's happening. What is happening between Gemini and the current long-term partner in April 2025? Gemini and the current long-term partner, Ace of Wands reversed. Does it kind of feel like the fire is just burning out between the two of you? That's what Ace of Wands reverse feels like to me. The fire is just burnt out. You know? Could be a fire sign for some of you. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Star card. Okay. But the Ten of Cups is reversed. Okay. Well, honestly, now I'm not saying that there are no big major issues here. I'm not saying that. Okay. But in retrospect, it looks like there's a part of you that is holding on to hopes, patiently waiting for the day that everything goes back to normal and everything is all good. But there's another part of you, it's just the fire's burnt out. You know, again, your twins are not on the same page. One twin is fucking done with this bullshit. The other twin is waiting for things to get better one day. So you kind of go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But ain't nobody going nowhere. You ain't moving on from this. They ain't moving on from this. You know what? I'm getting a really specific message here. I'm feeling like there's a good little handful of you in which the person you're dealing with, for whatever reason, has no idea that there's even a problem here. Have no idea. Now, the question is, why? Why don't they have an idea? Either A, maybe you really haven't opened up and fully explained the severity of the problem, or B, you've tried, but they just don't give a shit. They either blatantly don't care, or maybe the two of you just have such communication issues that you could spend a lifetime trying to translate your soul to somebody who just doesn't understand what you're saying. They just can't pick up what you're putting down. I don't know, but it feels like to me, for whatever reason under the sun, this person just isn't even fully aware of the severity of the problem. Not fully. All right, could be an Aquarius for some of you. I also have Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus. Yeah, the connection is not really all that stable. It's not. It's very, very unstable. But you ain't going nowhere. Separation is not happening in April. Let's see how they feel about you and what their energies and intentions are. How's this person feel about Gemini? Current long-term partner. What are their feelings, thoughts, opinions? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Oh, got that karmic wheel reversed. Okay, so they do feel like you all are repeating a cycle. Like your all cycle is just on loop-de-loop, on repeat. They do feel karmically tied to you, meaning they can't really walk away from this. Five of Cups. Okay, Lover's card reversed. All right, well, they don't really feel the strongest connection in the world. But you know what? Like I said, I don't really think this person is fully aware of how severe the problem is. But for what they are aware of, you know, they play the victim, right? For whatever issues you do have that they are aware of, they play the victim and point the finger. You know? I just kind of feel like this person's generally negative. You know? Not negative as in a bad person, but negative as far as their perception. Just the person that always sees what's going wrong. You know, glass is half empty type of person. I hate to use that cheesy analogy, but, you know, that really is a thing. I've met some people that I swear to you, you could hand them $1 million cash and they would bitch because the bills are too wrinkly. You know, like, it's unreal. If your perception, if your brain is wired to only focus on the negative, it don't matter how good of a person you are. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. It doesn't matter what's fair and unfair. If your reticular activating system in your brain is wired to only pick up on negativity, you ain't going to have nothing but a life of problems, period. That's kind of what this person's energy feels like when it all comes down to it. They don't feel the strongest connection with you in the world anymore, but they don't want it to come to an end either. And I don't think that they would think in a million years that this ever actually would come to an end for good. So, okay. Now, so far, I'm not seeing bad intentions at this person's core. Now, again, that does not mean that they don't have bad actions. That's not what I'm saying. The reason why I read intentions are very important. But intentions isn't the end all be all. We all have our own little line that we draw in the sand, you know? And I give you their intentions so that you can make a well-informed decision on your own as to whether or not you choose to excuse bad actions, you know? And that's different for everybody. There's some things that if I know your intentions behind it, your deepest intentions, okay, I'll let that slide. Okay. I know what your intentions were. Okay, I'll let it slide this time. There's other things where it's like, nope, fuck you, fuck your intentions, fuck how you meant it. You crossed the line, it's a deal breaker. Period. That line is drawn in a different place for everybody. So that's why I give you their intentions. Again, this does not excuse shitty behavior. It doesn't mean that the things that they are doing is okay, but at the deepest layer, at the very core of the fucking onion, I don't see bad intentions in this person's core. Well, let's get the advice. What's the advice for Gemini and the current long-term partner? What's the advice? 3 of Wands. Hey, don't be just waiting around for things to get better. There's no waiting around. I'm telling you, things aren't just going to get better. It doesn't work like that. Now, if we're just having a bad day, that's one thing. You know, we all have bad days. Hey, we may all have a bad week, maybe even possibly a bad month. But when you're stuck in that cycle, it's not a bad day. It's not a bad week. It's not a bad month. It's a cycle that's been repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating for months and months and months and months and months. And for a lot of you, it's getting to years now, multiple years, 2, 3, 4 years. It ain't just going to get better. You're not just going to wake up one day and things be different. It doesn't work that way. The only way for things to get better is if you work to make them better. If you just sit and wait, it's going to get worse. Going to get worse. But again, it's not all on you and it's not all on them. A relationship will not work out successfully without both people agreeing to work on themselves. This could be saved. Y'all could save this relationship. You absolutely could. I work on me with you by my side. You work on you with me by your side. We're talking energy, frequency, and vibration, y'all. Energy, frequency, and vibration does not discriminate. It does not care whether you're a good person or a bad person. It does not care if you did right or did wrong. Energy manifests the way energy manifests. Kind of like this lighter right here. If you touch that flame, you're going to get burned. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. That's going to burn the shit out of you. Energy manifests the way energy manifests. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is at the end of the day, all you can do is make sure that you're focusing on bettering yourself as an individual. I know sometimes it can feel unfair, especially if the other person is the primary catalyst for the majority of the problems. It can feel really unfair. Like, God damn it, they're the one that's always doing this, and they're the one that keeps doing that. And I get it. It can feel really unfair. But at the end of the day, if you're a human walking around on 2 legs, You got shit you need to work on. Period. Ain't nobody floating around this planet on a cloud, radiating light and shitting rainbows. That's not why we're here. If you're here on planet Earth, you got shit you need to work on. So at the end of the day, if I spend all my time bitching about the things you need to work on, and I'm not focusing at all on the things that I need to work on, am I any better than you? Am I any better than you? No, not really. But here's what happens. Most of the time, and when I say most, I don't mean the vast majority. About 65% of the time, when you take it upon yourself as an individual to just focus on bettering yourself, you will positively influence the person you're dealing with to do the same thing. Because over time, they're going to see it. Over time, they're going to see you transforming into a different person. And usually, most of the time, that is the key to saving a relationship. All right. Let's go ahead and see what's happening with the person from the past. Person from the past. Anything happening between Gemini and the person from the past in April? Gemini and the past person. Boom, 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 boom. If you're not dealing with or inquiring about somebody from the past, this is not for you. Oh, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Hang on. Some of you dealing with an earth sign. Pow! Oh, Ten of Swords. Well, it's getting to the point where it kind of feels like... Ooh, you know what I'm thinking here? Yeah, you're finding closure. There's a difference between getting closure and finding closure. But at the end of the day, closure doesn't happen unless you find it. You know? In a perfect world, we would all love to get closure by being able to come together with the person, letting bygones be bygones. I apologize for what I did. I forgive you for what you did. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You go that way, I go this way. In a perfect world, but that doesn't happen very often. Even if I come forward and give you my closure, if you don't accept it, was there even closure? There was on my end, but if you didn't accept it, was there closure? You're finding closure. Now, I'm not sure exactly what it is that's bringing this revelation to your mind, but something is happening. I don't know if you're seeing something, or maybe you heard something through the grapevine about this person, or maybe your guide just came down while you were half asleep and smacked you in the face and dumped a download into your fucking consciousness. And then you just woke up and saw it. But somehow you're finding closure. This person's been giving you the silent treatment. You know, they've been giving you the silent treatment. Probably hoping that you'll come chasing after them. But it hasn't worked. You're having some kind of download that is making it all fall into place and make sense. Could be a Pisces for some of you. Also have Aries and Cancer. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Got Leo here too. All right. Well, let's see how they feel about you and what their energies and intentions are. Past person Gemini dealt with. What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions towards you? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Five of Swords reversed. Well, they are still looking back on the past negatively. Tower card. High Priestess, Two of Wands. I think they've been debating on whether or not to reach out to you with the Two of Wands. They've been debating on it. I don't know why they're making the decision to just be done with this and let the tower burn. They don't trust you. I don't know why. So don't come at me. I don't know why they don't trust you. I don't know if you did something to betray their trust or if they're just projecting their own shit onto you. I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't matter though, because that energy is corrosive no matter what. They haven't moved on from this, but they believe that it's over. You know, they're not moving on from this. They haven't let it go. No, they're not. They haven't moved on and happy. I get that question a lot. Have they moved on? Are they happy? No. Could be a Scorpio for some of you. Yeah, well, this is just a good old classic case of it's over, nothing I can do about it, time to move on whether I like it or not. Could be a Libra for some of you. I got Libra, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Aries. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's get some advice. What's the advice? Should Gemini reach out? I don't even want to put my 2 cents in on that. If you're finding closure, well, let's just see. What's the advice for Gemini? Judgment. Well, I tell you what. Yeah, Judgment, 8 of Cups. Finding that closure and walking away. I tell you what, though. You want to ask yourself this, okay? Would it be a wise idea for me to reach out to this person? I know that some of you are dealing with somebody that it would not be a wise idea. It could potentially put your safety at risk if you're dealing with somebody incredibly dangerous. What is the likelihood that if I reach out to this person, they will try to latch onto me and trigger me somehow? Could they trigger me if they tried? Ask yourself that. If this person tried, like imagine the worst case scenario. Paint the picture in your mind that you write this person a closure message and they come back and fire back with some painful, hurtful shit. Would that get to me? Just ask yourself that. If it would, or if you think that it might be risky to try to reach out to this person, then don't do it right now. Wait until you are 110% sure that you are so fucking rock solid that this person could not trigger you if they wanted to. Because once you find that closure, that's good enough as it is. But it helps, it really, really helps, even after you find closure, to write that closure message just to put an extra nail in the coffin. It's not the final nail, just an extra one, just for the hell of it, you know. Coffin's nailed shut, you know, the door is nailed shut, it's all good. But let me just go ahead and throw one more nail in there for the hell of it, you know. So just feel that out and use your better judgment. But once you find that closure in your heart and you completely release it, which the vast majority of you are going to do, it's not mandatory that you do that. It does not matter where they stand, as long as you know that you have released it. How do you know you've released it? I'll tell you. When you can look back on everything and understand so clearly exactly why it was meant to happen the way that it happened, that you're glad it happened. That's when you fully released it, when you're glad it happened, because you know why it happened. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is in the description. For those of you just now tuning in who missed the beginning of the video, I made a special announcement at the beginning of the video. I'm offering a new list of services. So you know that I do the weekly live readings for 25 bucks. I do 24-hour full personal readings, one-on-one Zoom calls, and now I've added something new. Now, starting now, you can book a date where you can meet me at a location in my new office and have a one-on-one in-person reading. If you're a local here in Vegas, or if you're visiting Vegas or just passing through, you can book a date, schedule a date. We can meet up at my new office and hang out, and I can read for you in person. All the information for that is on my website, tarotwithrich.com. The link is in the description. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.